Hi there! I'm going to discuss and demonstrate to you how to sign up a free account with Mentimeter, and then we'll create our very first presentation with Mentimeter. So of course, Mentimeter can be done, or you could access this particular application online. So you need to be connected to the internet. So you have to open your browser like what I have shown here. My browser is Google Chrome. So for you to go to Mentimeter, you have to type here mentimeter.com, and then you have to press enter. Then after that, you will be directed to the homepage of Mentimeter. And since we're gonna do or create an account, we have to click sign up. There are two ways for you to sign up with Mentimeter. You could either use your existing Facebook account or your Google email account. If you would want to use another email address, you could do it here. So for example, I will use this, and then you have to nominate your password, and then you have to input your name and last name. Then you click sign up. Again, that is the option if you don't want to make use of your existing Google or Gmail account. Then you have to select where will you use Mentimeter. So in our case, we have to choose education. Then next, you have to choose here our role. So I'll be choosing higher education educator because I'm a faculty of the College of Computer Studies, and then save selection. Then after that, you have to specify or select the main goals of using Mentimeter. In my case, I'm going to use engagement, and then save selection. Then we have to choose a plan. So even if we're going to use the free account, we could already create online polls, word cloud, and other online or real-time activities. So this is what we will use or select among the plan options. And then you will be directed here. So Jenny from Mentimeter will welcome you. And to even guide you, you could actually view the video here, how you could create your very first presentation. So we have here work or education, and then this is the first dialogue that you could select what you want to do. So what makes you a good teacher? So these are actually ready to use presentations. All you have to do is somehow change the content. Like this one is manage student expectation. So for you to choose one, like for example, in our case, we're going to use this one, manage student expectations. You just have to click this one, start with this. Again, how fast then the next page will display depends on your internet connectivity. So on this part here, this is where your slides can be seen. And then you have here the type, content, and the customized tabs. So for the type, right now you have content. So for you to select or transfer from one tab to another, you just have to click it like this. So the type here, you could see the popular question types. You have the quiz competition types, and you have here the existing content slides. Then you have the advanced questions. Now, whenever you could see an image like this, that means to say that could only be available for paid accounts. So we could not use this with our free account with Mentimeter, just like with this option here. So again, on this part here, this is where you could see all your slides, and this one here displays the different contents that you have for that specific slide. And here again are the different question types and content details. So let's start. For example, we're going to change this into a heading. So you have here the contents slides, you have the heading, the paragraph, you have the bullet. So every time you hover over a particular content slide, you could see also a display of what that particular content slide would look like. Okay, so for example, we have big text like that one, and we're going to type here my first mentee. Okay, so the big image will display automatically here. And if you would want to add an image, then you just have to click here. So you can upload, you have the image library, and you have the GIFs. Most of the time, I just make use of the image library and this one because there's a lot of options that you could select from here. So since this is our very first topic and demonstration for Mentimeter, I would like to choose Explore because we'll be exploring the other features of Mentimeter in our next discussions. So once you have selected it, all you have to do is click Save. Again, how fast the effect of an interaction with Mentimeter depends with your internet connectivity. So as you can see in my case, it's still loading. Let me choose na lang something else. It's still loading, so we just have to wait. So while it is still loading, you could somehow also proceed. So as you can see here, you have JD, Joydy, that's me. And then when you proceed here, you just have to go to type. If, for example, we would want to include bullets, you would have heading. So let's have heading. Right here, this is the heading slide. So in other words, when you go to content, the items that you can see here are the different elements that could be added to that particular slide type. Okay? So in this case, for the heading type, we could only add a heading, a subheading, and an image. Again, what is displayed here in the content tab depends on the type of slide that we are using. So my subheading, let's say, this is the subheading. So as you can see it, this is the heading is displayed here. The subheading is displayed here. And just like with the big title, you could also add an image. Okay? So now we have two. Then let's say, how can we add more? Just have to click the add slide. Okay? So once you click the add slide, you have it here. Since this is our very first presentation, let's just end it with this third slide. So for example, we'll have a quote here. So if you're going to choose the quote content slide, then what you will have here is the quote and then who, and of course you can add an image. Okay? So right now you have the quote, the who. So if you want to change it, this is where you could do it. And that is how you could create a presentation. Since this is our very first, but of course we'll be exploring more on the other types here as we go along with our discussion. The important thing right now is that you know how to add a slide and somehow be familiar what this content tab is all about. Now, you might be asking, this is still the where we could change and add slide you would want to see or like how to slideshow it. You just have to click on the present, this one. So when you're gonna present it, this is how it looks like. Of course, we could not do away with the logo of Mentimeter. And if you would want to share this real time with your users, they have to go to www.menti.com and they need to use this particular code. Or if you are doing a webinar, you could somehow copy the link and chat the link. Okay? Then you just have to press escape to go back here. Then I'm back here now. So that's it for our very first topic, which is all about signing up and creating our very first presentation with Mentimeter.